So I have a question to anybody in the comment section below. You can just answer. I would just like a simple answer is all. If I gave you a game and years later I came back and sold you the online competitive version of that game, would you buy it? Now I ask this question because Pokemon Champions, which is essentially Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's entire like online, I guess, battle simulator, is going to be, or looking like it's going to be, a paid game. Now some people might feel like Pokemon Champions looks like it's worth the maybe 60 or 70, maybe $80 for some countries, and to some people they don't like that. But I'm actually happy with how the Pokemon Presents went, because we actually get to see what the hell Pokemon Champions is even like going to be about outside of just a battle simulator that it was. But essentially you can power up with victory points, and you can gain these points from ranked battles and other places in Pokemon Champions. So there will be other game modes outside of the online, I guess, ranked simulations, so probably just free battles, Pokemon home transports, maybe like a certain training regimen. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. We still have like so much unknown about this game, but you'll need these value points to recruit and train Pokemon. Now obviously this works as their like rental Pokemon, kind of like how in Battle Revolutions there was like those default teams, but in this time you can actually buy these Pokemon using the VPs and you can train them, and they cannot be purchased directly. So you can't microtransaction these things, you can't pay to win this game, you have to play the game in order to, I guess, make the Pokemon that you get good, or you bring your mons from Pokemon home and those are the mons you just have, which some people kind of don't like the fact that you have to pay for that. To be honest with you, I'm actually very happy that you have to play the game, because in my mind, if I can just buy the game for like $80 and then put like $100 into making like a really good Wolfie Glick team, then what even is the point of me just having fun or even transferring my mons over when I can just grab a blank slate, put it up to like the max everything and be good, you know? Pokemon Champions also has a new category for moves that are ×4 called Extremely Effective. You remember, they have a screenshot of Gardevoir and Hydreigon. If you know, Hydreigon is Dark Dragon, Icy Wing is super effective, and then Moonblast is extremely effective because it's ×4 weakness to fairy type moves. It's kind of cool. I'm actually happy. That looks great. I have a question for everybody again. How do you guys feel about Pokemon Champions? I like how the game looks. I'll say it, even if it is the Scarlet and Violet models and the, I guess, a brand new like UI or interface for the, I guess, battle options or whatever. I think the game looks cool. I think it looks all right. I think it might be worth the $80 because of how I think that Pokemon Champions is going to be. This is going to be the default Pokemon competitive format game, and then as the new games come out, we're going to be leaning more into like open world RPG Legends type of gameplay, and then like you'll just have like Pokemon whatever generation 10, but it'll have a whole bunch of like Legends Arceus and Legends ZA mechanics and features, and you'll be able to capture all those Pokemon and then transfer them over to home, and then you get what I'm trying to say, right? It makes sense. On the website, we have assembling your ideal team, expand your Pokemon roster with new friends. You can bring some of your past partners into Pokemon Champions through Pokemon Home, and you can recruit Pokemon from within inside the game itself. Now, the funny thing about this is these Pokemon cost points. I'm not sure if every Pokemon costs like a certain point. Like, I'm not sure if, like, let's say Gardevoir costs like 3,000, but then Pikachu costs like 15. I don't know how that's gonna, or 1,500. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm not really sure. They don't really go into like any like actually they do. Hold on, wait a minute. Whoa, they have a trial recruitment. You can have a Pokemon join your team for a trial period, so like a battle license in Pokemon Unite. Essentially, you can battle with it right away to test whether it suits your strategy. You can use trial recruitment once a day without using victory points, but you also have the permanent recruitment. Once you found a Pokemon that's a good match for you, it can be added to your team permanently. To do so, you'll need victory points, and then the victory points, so Gardevoir right here is worth 4,000. I'm pretty sure. Am I reading this right? Is worth 4,000, or worth 1,000 actually, because it goes from 5, because we have 5,000, and on the screenshot it goes down to 4,000. So ideally you're gonna have, there's a 1,000 something difference or whatever. Oh, it's 4,000. Wait, I'm so confused. I don't know, but it's looking like Pokemon are gonna have their own set VP value, which is gonna be really, really cool. But then they also have like a EV slider slash like, you know, thing you can train your Pokemon with. You can tailor your team skills and training feature of Pokemon champions by using VP. You can hone your choice. Not only are you buying Pokemon with the VP, but you're also paying for the stat points that get distributed inside of the Pokemon as well. So I'm gonna assume, is that like a single player mode that you're gonna be able to like do? Because in my mind, if you're just going through the online and or whatever like training simulation, how are you gonna get more VP? I don't know how this is gonna work actually. Hold on, whoa. By using VP, you can hone your Pokemon's attack, defense, and other stats. You can even alter their abilities and moves. Customize your team to match your battle style, though remember that you can't train Pokemon during their trial recruitment period. So you have to use what you got. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And then obviously you can enjoy Pokemon battles. There's 3 battle modes with 2 formats. You have ranked battles, casual battles, and private battles. So obviously ranked for, obviously just ranked. There's the casual, no rank, but you can do whatever you want. So like anything goes essentially. And there's the private battle, so I'm gonna assume is like for your friends or like for tournaments. So that might be really good for like online competitive YouTubers who like, you know, who want to host like actual viewer tournaments and make it look good outside of just Showdown. This might be a good way. You know what I'm saying? And then you can challenge these modes in both single and double battle formats. Now, what sucks about this though is I know for sure Pokemon is obviously gonna be using the double format, of course, but at least we have single battles in our games, of course, because I always thought that this was gonna be like they're like 100% into competitive, but hey, we're here with doubles. I'm surprised they did not bring back like triples or rotations, or I'm very surprised that they didn't do that this time, but I guess it's okay. I guess it's all right. And then obviously, that's pretty much all we have for Pokemon Champions as of right now. They also said that we were going to be getting this in 2026, which is going to be interesting because I'm not sure how that is going to look. Because my thing is, Legends ZA would come out in October, and then you'll be able to transfer your Pokemon probably by like December, January-ish, and then around February they announced either Generation 10 or the Gen 5 remakes. And then I'm gonna assume, I don't know, it's and you just transfer all the mons. You just transfer all the mons over and that's fine. I mean, that's okay. I don't know how I feel about this game. I am excited for it though. So I definitely know, like, I know what the feeling is. I definitely am looking forward to a Pokemon like battle simulator. It's not quite Showdown, but it's like a good way for them to like meet in the middle, because I know there's like, you know, they really want to post or go really heavy into competitive, and obviously this gives them more freedom to do whatever they want in the main series games, and you can just be able to just transfer your mons over. But it also lets me know that they're going to be using the legend or not Scarlet and Violet art style and or models or whatever for a very long time, and just kind of just work on them, do like little graphical updates to them in the main games, and then we just go ahead and just drop them all in the Nintendo Switch 2, because Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be here for at least another 10 years. I think the Switch 2 is going to be here for a very long time, and I think that this will probably be the best way to be like, hey, here you're gonna get like 4 or 5 Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch 2. Transfer all your mons over to Pokemon Home and or Pokemon Champions, and you'll be able to switch. Hopefully they don't lock your Pokemon in there, and you can just switch them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Who knows? But we're gonna find out in the future. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys like about this game. Are you guys excited for Pokemon Champions? To be honest, I'm more excited for Pokemon Champions than I am Legends ZA after this trailer, but that's neither here nor there. Leave a like on the video. It's really appreciated, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye. Love you guys.